Okay, my people, this is a special edition, a whole pig roast, and I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna actually cook this on the grill. So follow me step by step, and you'll be surprised how easy it is. So we had a whole pig here, 55 pounders. We clean it up and got it ready for the seasoning. So here is the pig. This is actually a 55 pounder. You see they tag it like that, 55. I believe it was like 57, but it is a 55 mark, so it's only two pounds different there. So we're gonna get this ready for the seasoning. First thing we gotta open it, split it open like that because I'm gonna do this on the grill, not roasting around. So these are some of the tools that you need. I'm gonna split it so it's actually flatter right on the grill. So just follow me step by step, and here you have your little pig, 57 pounds. So now we have to just go step by step. I'm gonna change the camera for an aerial view here so you can follow me. These are the shoulder, the hammies, and you'll see how we're gonna prep this for the best taste experience. So here you have it. You want to split it up like that, and if you have to break some bones, you might have to. Like I said, that big knife is good for this one. So you can split it with a saw, or you can split it with one of these things here. So whatever you have to do, but don't go all the way through because you don't want to cut the skin on the back. And you might have to break a few bones to have to make it actually split all the way split, and you might have to actually break a few bones here and there. But this is pretty much how we want it. This is how it should look, completely flat for the type of cooking that we're gonna be doing, which is on the grill. Some people tell me we cannot do it on the grill. I'm telling you, you can. So I'm gonna inject some liquid on the hammies here and also on the shoulders because those are the thickest pieces of meat in this one. And also you need to take off this silver skin off the ribs and the inner parts here. Everything else is pretty clean. There's nothing else in there. So we're gonna start here. We pulling off that silver skin. So this is very slippery. You need a paper towel just like this one. Grab it with a dry paper towel and just pull it back just like that. It's not too hard, but it's a little tricky. And same thing for this silver skin on this side. Some people don't take this out, but it's my preference to take it out. It is actually better because this is actually like a bubble gum, like your gummy thing that you don't want to eat this thing. So you just pull it out. Once you get the trick of it, it's good. So I'm gonna use the seasoning here. I'm using the all-purpose butcher's seasoning here that has a little bit of that color. I love that color because that's gonna look so good when it's done. I'm also gonna add some garlic salt here. So any of these ingredients you can change. I'm giving you my recipe, and you want to change something, that's up to you. But if you follow mine, I'm telling you, it's gonna be super 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 good. 50-50 salt and pepper, also a little bit there. When I say a little bit, it's about 2 tablespoons of each. So it doesn't have to be exact. So about 2 tablespoons of each, and I'm also gonna add some olive oil here. I'm gonna have some teriyaki marinade and maybe a little bit of apple cider vinegar. So a little bit of teriyaki marinade here and some apple cider vinegar and water. Remember, you want to make this really really liquid because this is gonna be injected. So you don't want your syringe getting stuck. So you have to make sure it dissolves, and you want to add more water. That's good. So once you have it ready for the syringe, you're gonna pull it this way, and I'm gonna inject, like I said, the hammies, the shoulders, the loins, those pieces of meat that are actually the thicker ones, and I don't want them to dry out. So I'm gonna inject here the loins first. I'm gonna start with the loins here. So you basically just go in there and inject them with liquid everywhere you can. You cannot go too much because the worst that can happen is it's just gonna overflow, and that is absolutely fine. You want as much liquid in that meat as possible. So with the ham, it's the same thing. You're gonna go and inject them in different locations. You wanna put some of that juice everywhere in there. both hammies, the tenderloins, and the front shoulders as well. So just make sure you get it everywhere. Now that it's all injected like that, we're gonna go with the with the dry rub here. So the first thing you want to add is a 50-50 salt and pepper. 50-50 salt and pepper, and you have to be generous here. Just be generous. Don't be shy with the salt and pepper, man. There's nothing to be afraid of. You're not gonna over salt it. This whole pig needs a lot of seasoning because these are some bigger cut of meat, and you need a lot of seasoning to for it to penetrate that meat, and it will be the best thing you ever try. So 50-50 salt and pepper. Don't be afraid. I'm gonna put some oil here on the hammies. The part that has skin is a little tricky because the seasoning doesn't stick, so I like putting some oil. Just rub it with some oil, any type of oil, because what we want is that the actual seasoning actually sticks to the skin. And since we're gonna leave this overnight in the fridge, the skin is gonna absorb most of that overnight, and it's gonna be so awesome. You wanna put some oil also inside, all over it. Just go all over it with some oil. Don't go crazy on the oil, but just make sure you put some of that oil inside as well. So now you spread your seasoning, and the seasoning will actually stick there because when we actually flip this over and we're gonna put this part down, you don't want all the seasoning to come off the surface. So the oil actually helps you. So all purpose butcher's blend here, or any one that you prefer. And this is gonna be the dry rub, and same thing. Just go all over it, making sure every corner of this thing takes some of that seasoning. And don't be shy with that one. Just go all over it. Like I said, first with the salt and pepper, now with the seasoning, the butcher's blend, and then we're gonna also use some garlic salt as well. So once you've gone over all of it with your seasoning, now it's time for the garlic salt. So we're gonna go the same thing. Don't go extra crazy with the garlic salt because it already has salt and pepper. But that garlic flavor, you need that there. Or you can just use garlic powder. I like garlic salt because I want to make sure that it takes all that moisture off the skin and everything. So garlic salt all over it. That's how you do it. And then I'm gonna use some fresh garlic here, fresh garlic. And what you wanna do is that you see these garlic cloves. We are gonna we cut some we made some cuts on the hammies and shoulder. So you're gonna insert garlic in those holes that I just made. I don't know what happened with the video, but yeah, we made those slits in there about 2 inches deep, and now I'm just gonna fill them up with garlic cloves, that fresh garlic. It has to be fresh garlic, and we're gonna fill all the holes with that, and everything else you just put it anywhere you want. And I'm gonna show you another trick here with a sharp knife. You want to actually lift the skin on the hammies. You lift it there, and then with your hand separate the skin from the meat there, just making like a big pocket there, so you can put more seasoning under the skin, because sometimes the seasoning doesn't really go all the way through the skin. So whenever you have a chance, you want to do this. So you do that on the ham, especially on the inside part of it. You just start it with a nice knife. You start it carefully without breaking that skin, and then you separate the skin from the meat and just sprinkle with your favorite seasoning. And this is it. This is ready for, we're gonna flip this over, and we're gonna now season the outer part of this, the back and all the skin. So we're gonna lay this flat here on my table, and there you have it. There it is. Now we're gonna season this part of the pork. So here you have it. It's all ready. One of the things that I like doing when I'm seasoning this part is I like to actually make some cuts on the skin so the seasoning penetrates the the skin and the meat. So in the areas where you don't want to have the crunchy thing, you can, especially the legs like that, you want to make some cuts that got like a half inch deep, about half inch deep. You want to cut those there on the from shoulders and also on the hammies down by the leg. Don't go too high because you want the skin on the hammies there. because it's gonna look beautiful. You see, what you can do is you're gonna make some superficial cuts like this. These are not even going through the whole skin. It's just I'm just marking the skin here with the tip of my knife, but I'm not really cutting the skin all through, all the way down. So you just make these superficial cuts, and this is gonna help that seasoning go all the way inside. And now we're gonna rub it with some oil here. Same thing that we did on the other side. So we're gonna rub it with some oil so the seasoning sticks to our piggy here. And we're gonna sprinkle the same way. Salt and pepper, the same things we use on the other side. So the first thing is salt and pepper directly there on the skin, that is oil. And you can see that it's because of the oil, it's actually sticking to the skin of the pork. So sprinkle enough salt and pepper. Don't be shy. You're not gonna over salt it. This is gonna be so savory. You'll see. You cannot really over salt this one. I'm gonna put some garlic salt as well on top of that salt and pepper. I'm gonna use some garlic salt all over, just like we did on the other side. Just make sure you sprinkle everywhere. And if you're afraid, listen, this is not your business. Then you can't be afraid of seasoning your whole pork here, your whole pig. And some of that butcher's blend that has the coloring. I like this one because of the coloring. You'll see the beautiful color that we're gonna achieve at the end. I can tell you that because we've done this a few times, and I know the color that I'm expecting, and you'll see it. We'll do that magic on the grill outside. Even if you don't believe it, yes, it's gonna be on the grill, regular grill, but you're gonna see how beautiful this thing is gonna turn out there on the grill. You don't need a smoker, you don't need a caja china. The grill is actually enough. So you're gonna pat it down, making sure that everything sticks to the skin there. And we're gonna let it rest here for a little bit before wrapping it up and put them in the fridge overnight. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna have this ready. We're gonna wrap it in plastic all over, and we're gonna put it in the fridge or in an ice chest all night. So we're gonna continue that. We're gonna cook it tomorrow. So all overnight it's gonna be just absorbing those spices into the skin, into the bones, into the meat inside. So the next day is today, and here we are outside. I have my piggy here. I left it all night in the fridge, and now it's time to put him right over the fire there. So I'm opening it up here, and I'm gonna make sure that I have the right shape here for the grill, and I want to show you how to accommodate this on the grill. There's a few ways if the grill is not big enough. I also use this paper towel tube, and I fill it with charcoal like that, and I'm gonna burn this charcoal inside this paper towel tube, and I'm gonna burn this under the grill so it gives it that flavor. And this is how I'm gonna put it in the fridge, in that position, like if it's running. That's how it fits. Remember, it's gonna turn out beautiful. So just leave it like that. We're hoping to leave it there. I will say maybe I'll say like 4 to 6 hours. 4 to 6 hours, 275 degrees. 275 degrees, 4 to 6 hours. We're gonna base this with that same liquid that we injected. We're gonna base it all the time to keep it moist. So we're gonna close this here, 4 to 6 hours. We're gonna try the first 2 hours. This is my setup. Look at that setup that I have in my patio. So after 2 hours, the total time is gonna be 4 to 6. But after 2 hours, you wanna check it. You see, this is after 2 hours, and you see this start to actually take some color. So I'm gonna use this cooking spray. It's actually butter flavor cooking spray, and you're just gonna go and spray. You can use any type of oil. It doesn't have to be spray. I just like it because this is so easy. But you just wanna spray it all over. But this is only happening after 2 hours. So after 2 hours, just spray. You see how shiny it starts to look. This is how you want it to look, because now it's gonna start getting that color. It's getting cooked underneath, but also on top it's gonna get that color. So after 2 hours, spray it, leave it there for another hour, and you see this is an hour after we spray it. So now we have a total cooking time of 3 hours so far, and look at that color already. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna flip it upside down so it gets some direct heat on the skin on the back. So I flip it upside down just like that, so the skin on the back gets some direct heat. In the meantime, I'm gonna start basting this also underneath here, just making sure that everything stays moist. This is the liquid that we prepare for the injection, and now with this little mop, I'm just gonna go all over it. Look at that beautiful color already on the hammies. But those hammies are right on top of the heat there. So, but look at how beautiful they look. So you baste it with that same liquid. Just make sure everything is wet, wet, wet everywhere with your little mop. Just make sure you get that liquid everywhere, and everything just stays beautiful there. I'm gonna give you like 30 minutes to an hour on this side. 30 minutes to an hour upside down like that. That's all you need. So we're gonna close this. You gotta keep an eye. You don't wanna burn that skin or bubble up too much. So about 30 minutes to an hour, 275. We're gonna keep an eye later. There you go. After 45 minutes, I flipped it over again. Look at beautiful color. This is ready. You see how the skin is not over bubble, but it's actually crunchy. That's what you're looking for. This is the perfect color. We're gonna try now the temperature test just to make sure that everything's cooked. So I'm gonna test the hammies here. 176. Anything over 160 is cooked. So 171 here. On the back here we have 190 actually. So that's really cooked. And the front shoulders here 184. That is very good. 178. Yeah, we're good. This is fully cooked. This is all I want. So this is in the 5th hour. In the 5th hour, that's it. I'm gonna take this off the grill. Look at the color. This is beautiful color. Now we just wanna have to transfer it to my table here. I'm gonna put my grill gloves here, and we're gonna carefully lift this up here. I'm gonna turn off all the burners here. I have 5 burners. It's all off. And I'm gonna carefully lift this up from the grill and put it on my table. If you need to use like a tray or something, do it, because at this point when this pig gets to 180, 190, it actually starts to fall off the bone. So you gotta be very careful. Lift it carefully on one side, then the other one, making sure that you have full support underneath. Otherwise, you're gonna have pieces of pig everywhere. I'm telling you, it happened before. So you lift it up like that, carefully, careful, and this comes with experience. There you go. And I'm gonna transfer to my table here, because this is how it should look. One piece. This is a whole pig roast, actually, on the grill. Yep, on the grill. So let's go inside. Let's get it ready for serving. Here is perfect color, perfect crisp. The skin is super crispy. I'm gonna let you hear how crispy it is, and we're gonna test this. We're gonna test it for flavor and for crispness. Here you go. Nobody told you that. A lot of people told me that you cannot do this on the grill. It's not gonna fit. It's not gonna cook right. But no, I did it. And I know that it worked out beautiful. It's not my first.
Roberto, mira esto.
Listen to that. Awesome. Super crispy. Super crispy. The entire thing is just super crispy. And that is exactly what we're looking for. You have to go that way. So I'm gonna cut here a little bit, and I'm gonna let you listen to this sound. Listen to this. Oh, it can't get any crisper than that. Let's try it. Beautiful. Let's try it again here. Our crispy skin. Oh my goodness. This is so. You can hear me chewing on it. Super crispy. Super crispy. I'm gonna make a cut here, and I'm gonna try now the actual meat under the skin. This is under the skin, which didn't even have direct seasoning, but this is super soft, super savory in here. You see how tender it is? It just falls apart. It's like pulled pork at this point. You see? It's almost like pulled pork. Let me try this. This is really good. This is super good. I'm telling you, You follow this recipe step by step, and you're gonna get the same results. There you go. More meat here. See how easy it comes off? You wanna try it? You wanna try it? Try it, my baby. Try it. Mm, super. There you have it. Whole pig roast on the grill. I hope you enjoy it. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, share with your friends and family, and I'll see you next time. This was a special edition of the channel.